Hey there, everyone. It's Seth with a quick announcement before our monthly episode. And that announcement is the premiere date of the Young Old Derf Chronicles. And that date is Wednesday, December 3rd. That is when the first episode of this Mission to Zyxx prequel series will drop, with bi-weekly releases planned after that until all 8 episodes are out. We have recorded most of it. We have edited much of it. Shane has fired up every single machine in his secret sound laboratory. We are so excited to get this out into the world for you to hear. And until December, of course, we will continue to release monthly episodes with content suggested by our supporters, like this episode you're about to hear right now.
Hello, everyone. Alden Ford here with this month's one-shot podcast by the creators of Mission to Zyxx. Please don't check the calendar. It is technically September, and this is technically August's release, but that's because we've worked so hard on this one. It took us all of the month of August to do. That's not true. We are very excited to be here with a first and last episode of what we're calling Guessin Our Pickss, which is a getting to know you, or how well do we know each other, game show where the crew of Mission to Zyxx will compete to see who knows each other's mind the best.
Wow. Yeah. 28 Days of August was just coming up with that title.
Yeah. Guessin Our Pickss took 4 weeks.
We use our time badly.
Exactly. But let's just jump right into it. Some of you may be familiar with an old-timey game show called the Newlywed Game, where different pairs of people will try to guess each other's answers to personal questions about themselves.
Frequently, newlyweds.
Frequently newlyweds, that's the idea.
And this was at a time when people got married who barely knew each other, so it was really challenging for them.
Right. Yeah. And of course, all of the questions you're about to hear were submitted by listeners just like you over on our Mission to Zyxx Discord. Thank you so much, everybody who submitted questions. These are great.
Yeah.
If you'd like to join them in crafting our next one-shot podcast, we'd love you to. Please join them in supporting our show over at MaximumFun.org/join. Okay. Our first round is going to be Seth and Allie. These pairs have been randomly selected by a D8 that I rolled for the last 4 days of August. Each pair has 5 questions to answer about each other. If they are right, they get a point. If they are wrong, they don't. So, Seth and Allie, who'd like to go first?
Sure, I'll answer.
Just to be very clear, I'm going to ask Allie a question. And she's going to answer what she thinks Seth would answer to this question. Okay?
Okay. Gorge.
So,
let's do it.
All right.
Allie, what actor do you think Seth would want to play him in his biopic?
Stanley Tucci.
Wow, good answer.
Fresh off the...
Seth, that was,
I see that.
You had that in a holster.
Really
Seth,
good. Yes.
what actor do you think Allie would want to play her in her
Dakota
biopic?
Fanning.
Dakota Fanning. Wow, you guys are quick. All right.
That would have been good.
Let's see what the real answers are. Allie, what's your answer? Who would play you in a biopic?
I said Zoe Deutsch.
Zoe Deutsch.
Very good.
Yeah. Because she's
Cool.
so likable, she could make me seem likable.
Come on now.
Oh.
Power play.
Seth, who would you want to play you in a biopic?
I mean, Allie, you were so close, because this guy is basically just Stanley Tucci on steroids. Jason Statham.
Cool.
Nice.
I'm sorry. I just,
Okay.
I should
now
let
I
you
understand.
reword this question a little bit.
I
Who
understand,
should
I understand.
play you, not who do you want to play you?
Yeah, who do you want?
This is a classic
it's who do
Guessin
you
Our
want?
Pickss moment.
Yeah. Wow.
wow.
And British.
Cool.
And British, right?
I love this American life.
Yeah.
Specifically says want to.
Wow. Okay. And Seth's biopic is an action movie. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Now I understand.
Guy Ritchie presents Seth's Life. Okay. So, Allie, if money was no object, where would Seth live?
Greece.
Wow. Cool. Seth, if money was no object, where would Allie live?
Brooklyn, just a much better apartment.
Oh.
Wow.
You mean not the former funeral home I live in currently? Excuse me, rent currently.
Hey, I've stayed at that funeral home, and it's lovely.
Wow.
Haunted,
All right.
but lovely.
That's everybody's answer in New York.
Yeah.
Here, but better.
Yeah.
Seth, if money were no object, where would you live?
Paris.
Wow.
Wow.
Cool.
Yeah.
I didn't realize what a romantic you are, Seth.
Oh, mon Dieu.
Jason Statham in Paris?
In
All right.
Jason
Statham.
Statham Paris.
The biopic obviously takes place in Paris.
Love it.
Allie, if money were no object, where would you live?
Amsterdam.
You go back.
Almost
Okay,
said
all
anywhere
right.
but
You go
Amsterdam.
back.
There we go.
I thought
And
based
you know
on these
what?
recording sessions, you'd never want to go back.
Yeah.
And shockingly, now I know how good I had it.
That's
All right.
true.
I regret to inform you, Team Seth and Allie have 0 points. Moving on.
Okay, but we're going to make it up.
We're still technically in the lead.
Yes.
Allie, what do
Yeah.
you think Seth's favorite Girl Scout cookie is?
I think he's a real freak, and he loves those lemon ones.
Oh wow! You guys
Dark
hate
horse
scoring
answer.
points.
That's
Seth,
an
what do you
insult.
think? What do you think Allie's favorite Girl Scout cookie is?
I think she's not a freak and she likes Thin Mints.
Okay?
Okay, good. Allie, what is your answer?
Thin Mint.
Points on
Very
the
nice.
board. Points
Seth,
on
you
the
like those
board.
weird lemon ones? You fucking freak.
Yeah.
Yes, I am a freaky deaky little freak boy, but I love the tag-alongs.
Damn it, I knew I should have just gone
Freak
classic.
adjacent.
I would have
That's
said
the right
tag-along.
answer. That's the right answer.
That's what you say if you're trying to hide that you're a freak.
All right, Allie. If Seth could take a nap on a bed-sized amount of food, what would it be?
Like, what is the one food item?
Yeah.
Hot dog buns.
Wow. Okay, so you're going for comfort over flavor
practical.
for sure. Okay,
Yeah.
great. Seth, if Allie could sleep on a bed-sized amount of food, what do you think she would choose?
Cooked rice.
Okay. Warm.
What are you guys
Oh,
thinking
not
about
uncooked
these-
rice?
Nice. Nice.
Cooked right.
I think uncooked rice seems way better. All right, Allie,
Cooked rice
what's
is
your...
one of the craziest answers I could have ever imagined anyone saying. That's how they would kill people in the past.
There are rice-filled mattresses out there.
Yeah.
How cooked are they? How cooked are those
Al
mattresses?
Well, that's the
dente.
thing. You
Okay,
Al
but
dente.
if you put me in uncooked rice, would it sap all the water out like it does my iPhone?
You would become a mummy,
You're trying to dehydrate
Yeah.
I see who my friends are.
desiccated by the rice bed.
But all of your electronics would work great.
All right, Allie, what's the food you would choose to sleep on a bed-shaped pile of?
I would want to sleep on brioche.
Good
All
answer.
right, all right. 0 points. Continue.
No, we still
1
have
point.
one.
You have 1 point.
Yeah.
Seth, what would you sleep on?
I would sleep on mashed potatoes.
Mashed.
Another wet one.
Also,
Yeah.
another wet one.
Jeremy, I want to hear Statham as Seth answer the true answer.
Yeah.
You knew what I'd pick. Mashed potatoes.
No bangers and mash. Mash.
I want to be the banger.
Yeah.
Mash me.
I'm the banger.
All right.
Coming this summer, the banger.
That sounds like a Jason Statham movie. I'm the banger.
Seth, I think we can get this one.
All right. Last chance for a point, guys. Allie, what superpower do you think Seth would want?
Teleportation.
Ooh, okay. Good one.
Nice.
Seth, what superpower do you think Allie would want?
Invisibility.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay. Speaking of
That's
speaking
funny
of
because I was
freaks-
thinking teleportation for you because it's like a prankster's superpower.
Oh,
but so is
cool.
invisibility.
Well, gotta go.
Yeah.
Dwee. All right, Allie, what is your desired superpower?
Shapeshift. Then I could look
Interesting.
even more like Zoe Deutsch.
Or Jason Statham.
Slight. Yeah.
Yeah.
Seth, what is your desired superpower?
Invisibility.
You guessed that invisibility would be mine when it's yours.
I thought we were the same.
It's so
Do you guys
good.
understand the rules of this game?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wait, that was a
These-
very sweet
yeah.
moment. Seth said, "I thought we were the same." That's
Yeah.
so nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is
we were the
sweet.
same.
Yeah.
I thought you'd want to sleep on a tater bed. Like
I thought I recognized you from the creeper conventions.
I quote the classic
true.
This American Life episode where they debate flight versus invisibility.
Oh yeah.
Flight is for people who want to let it all hang out. Invisibility is for fearful, crouching masturbators.
Wow. And
You know what? I'm not as fearful as I used to be.
I still crouch though.
I still crouch. Gotta crouch.
It's a
still
comfortable
crouching,
position.
Crank.
that was beautiful. We have 1 point.
We do. You know what?
All
We're
right.
winning.
So 1 point for
Currently
Team Seth
winning.
and Allie. Now we are going to move on to Mujan and Winston.
Okay.
Okay.
We're going to start things off easy. Mujan, what do you think Winston's favorite candy bar is?
I think he's a bit of a Snickers man.
Oh, Snickers.
No.
That's Jason.
Was that Jason
Statham's-
Statham?
That's his.
That
That's his
sure
Jason
was
Statham's
Jason
grandson.
Statham.
He had helium.
Jason Statement.
Statement.
Yeah, Jason
That's
Statham.
that's what he does when he talks.
That's
I'm
a
a
classic
statement,
statement.
Yeah.
Winston, what do you think Mujan's favorite candy bar is?
Twix.
Wow, cool. All right. Mujan, what's your favorite candy bar?
Okay, I made it complicated because I gave the honest answer and then what is like practical. Because I'm not a.
It's a
I'm
candy
not-
bar.
I'm not. I know, but I'm
Practical.
not a candy bar person. My favorite.
I can't wait
sort
for
of
this
thing-
honest candy bar answer. I'm so excited
it's-
what this
honestly-
nonsense is
Like a
going.
Luna
Baby
bar?
Ruth or something.
Yeah. A raw potato. My favorite candy bar is a raw potato, actually. That's the real answer.
Cooked rice. Cooked rice.
Who's HU's dark chocolate with hazelnut is my favorite, like, sort of candy.
That's what
like
I
dark
wrote
chocolate. Yeah. But I said also maybe Twix, I guess. So,
Okay.
Also,
all
maybe
right.
Twix.
really?
I
Yeah,
guess.
all right.
because I was like, if we're going to go with, like, regular candy bars.
I feel like points are pretty few and far between on this show, so I'm gonna give you guys a point.
They already
Yay!
won the whole thing.
Winston, what is your favorite candy bar?
Snickers.
Way.
He's a Snickers man, he is.
Snickers man, I am, and that's
Wow.
a Jason Statham.
Wow. We were beaten in the first question.
Oh man.
We
Okay.
already have
Not
2
only
points.
were we beaten in the first question, the fact that Mujan had the most complicated response and then was like, but probably Twix, and that was right.
No.
Are you kidding?
Halfway.
Okay. Asterisk on the win here, but next question, Mujan, can you name something Winston is allergic to?
Fried food.
Fried food. Okay. Winston, can you name
I don't know if
something
that's an allergy.
that
But.
Mujan is allergic to?
Bullshit.
Hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah.
Wow.
All right. That's what those allergy eye drops are for, is for bullshit.
Yes.
Mujan, what are you allergic to?
Again, it's a bit of a complicated answer
Oh my
because
God.
God.
Oh, my.
like recently this summer it was Think Coffee on Mercer. It's something about that coffee shop gave me a terrible allergic reaction.
Wow.
But the other scientific answer, I don't know if it was related, is propylene glycol.
That
Wow.
was close.
Sure.
What
okay,
is that?
well.
I thought bullshit.
I thought it was cobalt.
I mean, in a way, yeah. Or
Yeah.
yeah.
Wow.
All right.
And Winston?
Oh, is that too Justin? Everything okay?
Whenever I'm recording something, my wife takes her clothes and throws them over my head to the hamper right here, like a maniac. She loves it. She's cackling in the background.
Yeah, we can hear it.
Yeah. She's a maniac.
I am allergic to penicillin.
Wow.
Oh.
Don't ever get syphilis.
Too late. That's how I found out.
That's why he keeps it.
That's good advice in general, regardless of an allergy.
Never get syphilis.
That's the only reason I don't want to get syphilis. Is because I.
Yeah, of course.
All right. Mujan, what do you think Winston's best celebrity impression is?
Okay. Boy, I think his best celebrity impression, if I think about it, it probably, I would say, Winston gives off the energy of William Shakespeare.
We all know what he sounds like.
Yep.
Hello,
Yes.
Governor.
That's my number one celebrity is William Shakespeare.
Yeah.
So it's crazy.
Yep.
When
Yep.
I think of celebrity, I think Zoe Deutsch, Shakespeare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Winston, what do you think Mujan's best celebrity impression is?
I think Mujan's is.
It's one I did for Zyxx once.
Oh.
Successfully. No.
Oh,
notes on it.
now we get to help each other?
Yeah.
sorry,
Wow.
You're already in the lead.
I think I know.
Oh, I know. I know
I
this
feel
one.
like you could do Bill Cosby. Just kidding.
God, dear Lord.
Disqualified. Disqualify
Okay,
them.
Don't do that one. I feel like you could do a really good I feel like you could do like a Meryl Streep.
Okay.
I have a
Classic.
guess.
Very
Can I
nice.
guess?
have a guess.
Sure,
can-
Allie,
can we
what's
say it-
yours?
Can we say
Yeah,
it
yeah, yeah.
simultaneously, Allie? One,
Yeah. 1, 2,
two,
3.
three.
Gizmo.
Michael Caine.
No. No. Can I answer?
Yeah.
It's Werner Herzog.
Wow. Cool. That's your best
Werner Herzog.
impression?
That?
Okay. I
Jeremy
can't do
came back
it
on
now.
cam.
Yeah, gotta see
Yeah, I
this
gotta
one
hear
first.
it now.
Wait, I always need Jeremy to start it off so then I can mimic it. Jeremy started off.
I'm afraid your impression is very inaccurate.
I think my impression is very good.
Wow.
It's wild. You're doing Jeremy during Werner.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I don't think I would have guessed that
Mujan,
one.
you self-selected that as your best impression.
It is my best impression.
Now it's sort of Bjork.
Mushan, I'm afraid the way you form your letters
I think it's perfectly.
Cool. All right, Winston, what's your best celebrity impression?
Cartman.
Cartman. Oh, really?
Do it. Do it.
I don't think I've
Do
ever heard
it.
your Cartman.
Let's hear it.
All right, I'll do it one of the.
I wouldn't let some girl push me around. I'd be like, hey, you get your bitch ass back in the kitchen. You make me some pie.
That's a
Pretty
pretty
good.
one.
That's legit.
That's
Quite
good.
good, actually.
Wow.
You can also do Oh Holy Night as Cartman.
No, it's fine. I believe it.
Okay,
That's
okay.
good. Yeah,
Copyright
yeah,
issues.
We'll get flagged. We'll get flagged for that.
Copyright
That's
from
very
the
good.
I
Lord.
think it's perfect.
Okay, all right.
All right, all right.
All right, great. No
Michael
points,
Caine.
but I did enjoy that.
Michael Caine would have been
Michael
perfect. Yeah.
Caine.
Yeah, Michael.
Okay, Mujan,
God.
if Winston had to fill in for another Zyxx character, who would Winston play the best?
I think Winston would have a fun time as Bargy.
Okay, good. All right. Winston, if Mujan had to fill in for another Zyxx character, who do you think she would be best as?
I think Mujan would be a great Nermit.
Wow, okay, good. Nice. All right. Mujan, what did you say?
Okay, well, same thing, same deal. Like, I was like, if we're going to have fun with it. But then there's an honest answer. So I said Squeegee, but really Nermit.
Hey, wow, okay. Good job. Nice job.
Wow.
All right.
And I said
Winston.
Bargy.
They're on fire.
Amazing. It's amazing when it
Is this
works.
4 points?
I was going to say William Shakespeare, but I decided to go with Bargy.
That's so funny. Oh, wait, 2 points, right?
4.
All right, so we're at 4
points.
total. Okay. Last question for Mujan and Winston. What is your
You're in
daemon?
California.
What is your daemon? Or,
If your soul was an animal,
sure.
what would it be?
Oh.
Winston, if Mujan was an animal, what kind of animal would embody her soul?
I think Mujan would be like a bird of some kind.
That narrows it down.
Yeah. A
No,
bird.
sort of a lizard
Bird,
bird.
No,
lizard.
no.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see. A bird. Yeah, a bird.
Do you know any types of birds?
Surely you know a bird.
That is a different game, Jeremy. We are not
Yeah.
testing that right now.
I didn't say anything.
Oh.
That was my Jeremy impression.
Really?
That was so good.
A
That was so
bluebird.
good.
A bluebird. A bluebird.
Okay.
Me?
What do you think Winston's animal is?
A fox.
Ooh.
Wow.
fox.
Like a sexy anthropomorphic fox, like Robin Hood, or like
like
a
Robin Hood.
actual.
Is there any other kind?
Alden, sit back down in your chair. What are you, come on, get your shirt back on.
Awooga! What are you saying?
All right,
Those are hot
Winston.
foxes.
What is your animal that you wrote
I
down?
think I misunderstood the question, and I said my dog.
I love it.
Great,
Yeah, my
great,
dog.
good.
I love my dog.
Mujan, what would? Do we have bird? Do we have generic bird?
No,
I said
no.
bluebird.
This one would eat the bird though. It's
Whoa.
an opinionated stray cat.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Great.
Cat, of
Good.
course.
Of course.
Wow.
Because you'd be walking
Oh
with
yeah,
it.
cat. All right. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah.
So dog and cat. Great. Great. I love the imagination. Dog and cat. Terrific. You guys really get
A lot
the
of
spirit
wondering
of
if
this.
you guys know what animals are. in this question.
All right. So 4 points, right?
Wow.
Really
4
good.
points for Mujan
Pretty
and Winston.
good.
They're in
Pretty
the
good.
A lot of highs and lows in that round, I gotta say.
Yeah. Well,
From Werner and Shakespeare to you guys nailing some answers.
All right. Justin and Jeremy are next. Team Justin and Jeremy.
Okay.
Let's kick things off. Justin, what do you think the best dish Jeremy can cook is?
Oh boy, I don't know. Is there any weight? My answer's weighted at all because I haven't been recording with you for as long. You know, like maybe there's a little.
You want a handicap?
Yeah, like a little like.
You haven't
like,
known me
I'll
for
spot you-
15
I'll spot
years.
you.
I will say I have known Jeremy, and I've seen Jeremy more in the last 3 months than ever before.
That's true.
I'm gonna go with a strong guacamole.
Ooh, good guess. Yeah. All right. Jeremy, what do you think Justin's winning dish would be?
Okay, so Justin's a dad, and so he's got to cook for the family here. So I'm gonna say family favorite mac and cheese.
Oh, okay. All right, Justin, what's your best dish?
It's a salsa. A kiwi apple salsa.
Kiwi
that I'm
apple. Whoa.
legitimately known for in
Yeah.
the upstate
It's
region,
very good.
where there's less food to eat.
And
Yeah.
fewer people, to be
Yeah.
honest.
The
Fewer
Chinese
people.
food.
You're introducing people to salsa.
Yeah, they
They haven't had
stumble over
much
the word at
Mexican
first.
You're introducing
Yeah.
people to other people. That's the
I thought this was a dance. They say.
Jeremy, what's your best dish?
I got very into making it over the pandemic, and it is broccoli fried rice.
Wow, very specific.
Would you
Yeah.
sleep on that broccoli fried
Yeah,
rice?
would you sleep on that?
Oh,
It's you leave it in the pan a little bit so it chars. So I don't know if it's good to sleep on.
there you go. It's aromatic, though. That's what
Although I do make guacamole a lot. That was a solid guess.
Wait, are you saying you wish that you had said? Are you saying that Justin was more
I'm saying
right
it's
than you were?
not something I don't make, and I do make it and I feel good about it when I make it. But
I know Jeremy better than he knows himself. Is what I'm saying. I think that's what we're saying.
Wow.
yeah.
Great. All right, next question. Justin, which type of medieval weapon do you think Jeremy would wield
Ooh, this is
if given the opportunity?
This is a tough one. Jeremy, taller man.
Yeah,
True.
Really get up and over.
certainly by medieval standards.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
foot and a half taller than
Giant.
most.
Yeah.
Right.
2 men.
In celebrity William Shakespeare's time.
Yes. His own height is the real
I
weapon.
believe
It might have sounded something a little bit like this.
Hi, you guys. Hey, guys, it's you, Tom, man.
I'm going to go with an axe.
Ooh.
Okay.
All right. Jeremy, what medieval weapon do you think Justin would wield?
Okay, it's a good question. I'm gonna say Justin has sort of a roguish element that might put him in a band of merry men, and so I'm gonna say quarterstaff.
Cool.
That's cool.
All right, Justin, what's your medieval weapon of choice?
It's a sword.
Perfect.
Long sword.
Why did we make
all
it
just
so
wanna
hard
be
for
nice.
ourselves?
We tried to got a little
We
fancy
just want
there.
swords.
We just want swords.
We want swords.
And I love it. I'm not tall, so I said sword. You're tall, so you said long sword.
I was like, I guess if we're gonna be specific, I'll say long sword.
That's really funny.
Gotta go
All
with your
right,
gut.
next.
Only we-
Basic.
Here's a
Now,
very...
let me just say, I think this is where we're really going to shine.
Okay, yeah, I feel good
Okay,
about
so
this.
to give you slightly fewer options than medieval weapons,
Yeah.
Justin, What chipmunk from, of course, as we all know, the problematic found family comedy Alvin and the Chipmunks, what chipmunk do you think Jeremy would be?
Are you saying the found family are the Chipmunks or Chipmunks and Dave?
Are you suggesting that the chipmunks are not biological brothers?
That's what I think you're suggesting. I'm saying
that
they're a real family.
Guys, we're about 30 seconds away from becoming a Alvin and the Chipmunks podcast based on the content of these movies.
We talked about Alvin on another
one.
one.
Put more time into it. All right. So what do you?
Jeremy has Big Simon energy, and I've always said that.
Absolutely.
That's because of glasses.
Exactly. And everything else.
And Jeremy, what do you think? Where do you think Justin lands on this chipmunk
going back to the roguish energy? I think Justin is an Alvin.
Yeah. Got to agree. What do you think?
Blow.
Okay, there you go.
Blow.
That was a guaranteed win.
Yeah, that was a solid choice.
So for audio purposes, let's clarify that they both were correct.
I
think wow is enough to say that yes, Alvin.
Yeah.
All right, 2 points there. Okay, another one. This might also be a slam dunk. Justin, what do you think Jeremy's favorite animated series of all time is?
This is tougher. There's a lot of ways to go. Really tough choice here because you either go genre or you go comedy.
Sure.
And I think I'm gonna go with Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Oh, wow. Okay, good guess. Good guess, Jeremy. What do you think Justin's favorite animated series would be?
I don't know. So what I'm going to do is take a wild stab.
That's the only way to answer this question.
And I'm going to say the Star Wars adjacent show Droids, featuring the adventures of C-3PO and R2-D2.
I can see that.
All right, Justin, do we have droids?
That is a crazy answer. I love the esoteric nature. I can't imagine that's anyone's favorite show.
No, it truly is not. It's quite bad.
I would say Adventure Time.
Adventure Time.
Oh, good
hell
answer.
yeah.
Good answer.
Good job.
Jeremy, what is your favorite animated series of all time?
I only got into Avatar in like the last few years, but I do think it's great. But my all-time numero uno.
Oh, Cowboy Bebop.
Wow.
Good answer.
I didn't
rewatched
know it. Wow.
Rewatched
great.
it recently. Just as good
Holds
as
up.
the first time I watched
Holds
it.
up.
Loved it.
Oh, yeah.
All right, guys, one more chance to put points on the board here. Favorite dessert?
We have points on the board, if you'll
We have
remember.
points.
Sorry, additional points. Justin, what do you think Jeremy's favorite dessert is?
Very tough. This is a controversial answer, but I'm going to say it anyway. I'm going to go with pumpkin pie.
Wow. I'm with you. Justin.
Some people love it. Some people love it.
I think Justin is a classic kind of guy, and he's a brownie guy. He likes a chocolate, like a fudge brownie.
Good.
I
good
can't
answer.
believe.
Justin. Okay. That's
How did you get that? I was like,
I
there's
don't
no
know.
shot. This is barely a dessert. This is like a lunch dessert.
No, come on.
It's a
Brownies
sweet
are...
Lunch dessert?
It's a classic dessert.
Jeremy, what's
can't
your
believe-
favorite dessert?
I like no desserts.
That is
Mint chocolate chip ice cream.
Oh, wow. Good.
brownie is to me. That was the guess of the game so far.
Wow.
That was
That was the get. That was the
Amazing.
pick of the game.
No. The guess of the game is still Mujan detailing for us the healthy dark chocolate
And then parentheses.
$18 bar that she actually
Yeah.
likes, and then being like, okay, but Twix.
Yeah. Brownie
all right.
is the parentheses Twix of dessert guesses.
Alden, do you want me
Yes.
to host the...
Oh, sure.
Newlywed?
Yep. And now I'll hand over hosting duties to Jeremy for round 4, which is Shane and me.
We've got to get our
Beautiful.
fabulous host in the game, and we've got to get our sound rod in the game. We're talking Alden and Shane. They've got 5 questions. Let's see how well they know each other. Now, different to the biopic question, Alden, Shane gets to pick a celebrity co-star for his blockbuster action comedy film. Who does Shane choose to be his co-star?
I mean, that's tough. I think it's hard to know what Shane would answer, but I know what I would answer for him. and it would be someone who is like.
Okay, that's the game.
That is the
Well, I
game.
guess-
This is good. This is good.
I'm gonna pick like someone who's like a very popular A-lister right now, Zendaya. I'm gonna say it's gonna be Shane and
Okay.
Zendaya in a buddy,
Interesting.
I mean,
buddy
I'd watch
cop
it.
movie or something.
I'd
Yeah.
watch it.
That's pretty
Shane, Alden gets to pick one celebrity co-star for his blockbuster action comedy. Who's that co-star?
I do think of Alden and Seth as a sort of a pair. And before they even answered, I had this picked out. I thought Statham, it would be a two-hander, 2 stars
Wow.
going for it together.
Me and Statham.
Do you think?
Yeah.
Do you think that means that Shane and Seth now have a point together, or
Yeah, there's now a secret fifth
can't get into
team
I think so. Yeah.
that has 1 point.
Is it Statham
Yeah.
or Statement? Which
Yeah.
Jason?
Me and
All right.
Statham.
Statement. Oh, it's
Alden?
Jason's statement.
Who'd you pick?
Please God, have Alden
I
have
feel
picked
bad
Stanley
because
Tucci.
I don't think I would have chosen Statham, but I kept coming back to somebody. I knew it was going to be too esoteric, but I just love him to death. Don Lee. He's a Korean
That was
action
my
star.
second one. I
is
almost put Don.
Really?
Lee. No, I don't even know who that is.
He's awesome. He's
Yep.
like a Korean
Yep.
Jackie Chan. He's like a very funny, like physical and like very funny dude.
Oh, sure.
Great comic
I know
timing.
you're talking.
Alden and the Jackie Chan of Korea in.
That's right.
Dude, where's my car? Two.
All right, Shane.
So if I was in an action movie, I'd be the co and not the star. That's the way I like it. I'm a bass player. I'm a sound guy. I would pick Keanu, baby.
Oh wow.
Now that's
I just want to be around him.
That's a great.
See, you guys are so
That's good
similar
box
though.
office,
You
baby.
sort of have a Keanu vibe. I don't know if
Well,
you'd
Bill
want
and Ted
somebody
is a
very different.
great series, so it works.
That's true. Classic
it
piece in a
works.
pod.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Good answer. Good answer. Okay.
Okay. Next question, much simpler. Alden, Shane, we're at a diner. What's the go-to diner order? We'll go Shane first this time. What's Alden ordering?
Well, okay, this is tough because it's breakfast or is it lunch?
It's a diner. We're talking. It's 24 hours, baby.
Yes.
They
I
have
know,
breakfast
but
anytime.
what do you order? I mean, Alden is a classic guy. He likes the sweets. If he's going breakfast food, he's doing a stack of pancakes and bacon and eggs. If he's doing lunch food, he's doing something classic. BLT, maybe club. I'm going to go with club.
Okay.
Wow. That answer's so good because he sort of said the whole menu, which is the actual answer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alden.
I think Shane. I think Shane is going to be a lunch guy over a breakfast guy. I would say BLT for Shane.
Okay. Shane.
Corn, beef,
Hash. Corned beef hash. A diner classic.
I love it.
That's
Corn.
that's the
disgusting.
lunch
Any
of
time of the
breakfast?
day.
Corned beef hash is delicious.
It's
that is honestly
truly the
one
best.
of my. I honestly probably should have chosen that if I'd remembered it. My choice was Belgian waffle.
Belgian waffle. He
Yeah.
got you.
Yeah.
I got close with the
Sweets
pancakes.
Very close.
for breakfast,
Sweets.
but we cannot award the point, I'm
Darn.
afraid.
Ah.
Okay. A celebrity you'd be most excited to meet. Now, this is interesting because we have had the opportunity to, rub elbows with some A-listers or at least B or C listers, depending on your math. Alden, who do you think Shane would be most pumped to meet?
Well, I know Shane is a big fan of alternative comedy. I think he could there could be like a Nathan Fielder or somebody on this list. But I think I got to go classic. I think I'd say Bob Dylan.
Oh, sure.
Oh.
Sure. Shane, same question.
I think that Alden is a man of fine taste, and he would go for the best of the best. The biggest celebrity on earth currently living is Paul McCartney.
Kablamo.
Paul McCartney! Nailed it!
That's right.
Damn,
For the
this
folks at
game.
home listening and not watching our feed on Rumble, he wrote down Paul McCartney.
Mr. Beast.
Yeah, Shane, what was yours?
Beast.
Mr. Beast?
This is one
Is it
that I
Mr.
thought we
Beast?
would have an overlap. I also had Paul.
Wow.
Okay, nice. Good.
Pretty good, though. Pretty
Great.
good on both sides.
I mean, that is a good, if you're going to use it to meet somebody, it's like, that's a pretty good one.
Yeah.
That's a
Also,
pretty
guys,
good one.
I have a surprise.
Oh, is it Paul? Are you with Paul right now?
Hey guys, it's me, Paul McCartney.
Winston, why haven't you done this impression more often on the show?
Paul, why did the Beatles break up? I heard it was something to do with authority or something. What was happening there?
John wouldn't expect my thought. All right. Great.
Alden, Shane, if you were a food, what food would you be? If you
we
were
got a lot
food,
of food questions submitted.
Yeah, a lot of food questions. I was going to say, these were not our questions. These were submitted.
All right. So for Shane, this is tough. I think Shane would be a New York style pizza. I think like a brick oven pizza.
Wow.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Shane, same
Well,
question.
Alden is a great cook, so this one was very tough for me.
I was going to say.
I decided to just go for something that I know that he does very well, and it does fit his personality. Something that is like unassuming, yet when done with finesse, can be life-changing.
Wow.
And that is a Thanksgiving dinner roll.
Wow.
Cool.
Dinner roll.
As
Wow.
white as white can be.
But
Just like our
Gorgeous.
I love your dinner rolls, man.
Thank you. I do
Alden,
make a good
what-
dinner roll.
What'd you say?
My answer, unfortunately, was a French dip.
French dip sandwich.
Oh.
Not very French,
Oh.
but juicy.
Yes. He calls his mustache French dip, I believe.
Yeah. Oh, God.
And Shane, what'd you
I
say?
decided to save paper, and I just went with corn, beef.
Beef. The hash is a smash.
That's great.
What can you say? It works for so many questions.
Thank you, Jeremy, for filling in for host there. How many points did we get?
I believe you got one.
One.
Paul McCartney.
For Paul McCartney. Yeah.
Okay, 1 point total.
Yeah. Sorry, Shane didn't guess Don Lee.
I couldn't think of
That
anybody
one was
else.
really
I'm
my
so sorry.
fault.
Yeah,
right.
yeah. If there's someone to blame there, yeah.
All right. Next round is this is one for all of us. I call this game Superlatives. We're all going to get a question. Again, these are all questions posted on Discord in our pitch room. Thank you so much for all of these suggestions. This is Superlatives, so we're all going to answer a question posed to all of us, but the answers are all members of this cast. So, for example, who has the coolest mustache? You might ask. It's Justin. So everybody who chooses the most popular choice will get a point. So if 4 people chose Justin for his best mustache, and nobody else got that many votes, those people will all get 4 points. For those of you following along at home, Winston has had to call it a night, but he has emailed us his answers for these following questions, so we will read them as we go. All right, so we're going to ask a question. We're going to hold up our cast member and count up the points.
Can you also vote yourself, too?
Of
or
course,
no?
of course.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wonderful.
Most helpful to have nearby if a bear is attacking. Okay.
Ready?
Yes? Everybody ready? Most helpful
Yep.
to have nearby if a bear is attacking. Seth, Jeremy,
Set.
Allie, Alden,
Who is
Shane.
set?
Who's set?
Oh, sorry.
Sit.
I got one.
So
Yeah.
3 Aldens.
We got
and then a
Shane,
lot of other...
Allie, and I all said Alden. And then Seth, Shane, myself, and Allie
Yep.
all got 1 vote.
Yeah.
I chose Seth because he's a big outdoorsman, and I think I could outrun him.
You're from Alaska.
Yeah, that's exactly why I chose Alden too.
That's my logic.
I
He
wouldn't be able to
understands the
identify
woods.
what kind of bear it was before it murdered us.
Great.
Great.
Yep.
That's info I need.
Yeah, that's actually a Kodiak bear, not a grizzly
great.
bear. Yeah. All right, great. Thank you, guys. Who said Alden?
Me.
I did.
Me, Shane, and Allie.
Okay, you each get a point.
Nice.
All right, continue on.
Who would do the least badly on American Gladiators?
Least badly?
And what a well-phrased version of this question.
Accurate but mean way to frame it.
All right.
Yeah, ready.
Oh, this is a tough one. I'm changing my vote. All right. 3, 2, 1.
I voted for myself.
I was
So,
gonna do that too.
We got a Jeremy.
Wow, we have
I
a
voted for
3-way
Justin.
tie.
Wow, we have
Wow.
three-way tie.
Mooj and I said Winston. Justin and Alden said Justin, and then Allie and Seth said Mooj.
Wow.
yeah,
There's
hell
only
yeah.
one way to
Wow.
determine it, and that's for you guys to go on American
Let's do
Gladiators.
this.
Wait, no, let's
Let's
do a
see it.
tiebreaker. Now you can only choose one of those three people. Just
Okay.
the
But
same
then
person.
we
No,
just do the same
Shane
one.
has to pick one of
Oh
those
yeah,
three.
Shane has to pick because you're the only.
Yeah,
person
Shane
who
has to
didn't
pick.
choose. Between Winston, Mujan, and Justin.
You're both distance runners, which is why I wrote Mujan and then I switched to Justin because I was like, I think
chose
Justin.
Mujan because she is always walking far distances.
It's true.
And have you
Yes.
seen her? Have you seen her flex her arms?
She's the only person who participated in the Tribeca soccer.
That's true.
Yeah.
This is great. Keep talking. Keep talking. Thank you.
But it's a lot of it's about dodging tennis balls, really.
That's
I
true.
bet Mooj can dodge a tennis ball.
I can do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
petite.
In video
All right.
game terms, her hitbox is
But
extremely
can you get
small.
that giant hamster ball moving though?
All right, Shane. Who do you choose of
Yeah, who
those
do you
three?
pick, Shane?
Justin.
Okay. Justin wins.
I have probably
Okay.
watched the
All right,
most
Justin
episodes of American Gladiators.
Oh, that's not true.
Wow. Honestly, felt a little rude after everyone spoke so much about me, and then you chose Justin.
Not convinced.
Really says something
Not
there.
convinced. All right, next question. Who leaves the buffet feeling the worst?
I love this question.
This is a rough.
Okay.
This is a good one.
3, 2, 1.
Definitely.
Wow! We got another tough
Another
one.
three-way tie.
Tie.
Three-way tie between Mujan, me, and Jeremy.
Okay, I did say Winston because I remember what it was
Yeah.
like when he ate the hot chicken. But
Oh, sure.
I would say a close runner-up would be Mujan because she eats so well that if
Yeah.
she were to
That's
participate,
true.
in the
That's why I
buffet,
voted
it
for you,
would ruin
Mujan,
her.
because I know you have. You also don't. Yeah, you don't like junk food. You're like,
Yeah.
if you had to go
But
to a buffet,
because
you
of that, I
would regret it.
probably have a high tolerance of it
Oh,
because it's so new
may
to my
be true.
body.
That may
Yeah.
be true.
I even though buffets aren't free, like I just know Mujan is like a aficionado of free food at events, and that I feel like is
That's why.
buffet adjacent.
And you guys voted for me because I make bad decisions.
Yes, I've been with you when you're like, oh no,
Yeah.
why?
Yeah.
Ugh. Okay.
Yeah, I think Alden can maybe do a little too much if he wants to.
Sure. Oh yeah. I'm known for it.
And he wants to.
But the
Yeah.
Mujans have it
Mujan's have
for
it
the
in this
buffet.
one.
Then Mujans have it. Okay.
Yeah.
The next question: who can be trusted most with the power of flight?
To fly, not to get on an airplane.
Be trusted as a passenger.
The power to fly.
And to trust means that they would be successful in it, or complete. What does that mean?
That you wouldn't
good.
use it for
They'd use
nefarious
it for
means.
good. They'd use their power for
Yeah.
good.
Oh, use it for good. Just
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
3,
Okay.
2, 1. Seth, Allie, Jeremy, Shane, Seth, Jeremy, Shane. Okay.
It's another
Another
Shane-
three-way
Shane-
tie.
Jesus.
This is
a
wild.
terribly
Crazy that
designed,
it's
terribly
continues
designed
to be
game.
three-way ties.
No, we know Seth doesn't want it, which is why I think he would be.
I'd be trusted.
Wow.
Fair.
I just
And
wouldn't
clearly
use
it
it.
should be Jeremy
invisible.
because he already looks like Superman.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
That's true.
Alden, I believe you're the tiebreaker.
Yeah. Alden, you chose me, Allie, and nobody else did, so now you get to decide
Oh.
between Jeremy, Shane, and Seth.
Jeremy, Shane, and Seth.
For good. Remember that part.
Yeah.
For good. Right, for good, for good. Oh, boy, you guys are all just such good boys.
I thought you were going to say shithead.
good.
I gotta
Who's
say
the
Shane.
goodest
I think
boy?
I'm gonna give it to Shane on this one.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what? I think he's got it.
Ooh.
Shane's have it.
All right.
All right.
Last two. Absolute power corrupts. Who is the first to fall victim? Wow. If we were all given absolute power, who would make it weird first?
Who would be corrupt?
This is going to end the podcast. I feel like.
I know, this is a rude one.
Oh gosh. I don't know. It's too many good boys and gals, right?
I know. We try. We try our best. I'm gonna say.
Okay.
Oh, does everybody have one?
Yeah.
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 3, 2, 1.
I put myself.
Oh,
Allie wins.
Allie wins.
The Alleys have it.
Wow, the Alleys have it. Oh, boy.
I'm glad that I picked it, and Allie also thought that.
Yeah.
Now, Allie, why would you think that of yourself?
Look at her face.
I mean,
She's already corrupted.
corrupts
She's corrupted
absolutely.
right
It's
now.
not. Yeah,
knows what she's
Yeah.
capable
She
of.
knows. She
It was
just knows.
I
You've
have
made
a
too many
feeling,
enemies.
you know?
Yeah, you've got
Yeah.
you've got too many
Yeah.
Yeah.
too many scores to settle.
That's right.
All right, next group game. Our final game. Now we're flipping things around, and we are going to ask a question of each person on the cast, and the rest of us are going to answer. The closest or the most accurate gets a point. We'll start with Jeremy because he needs to go.
Sorry.
Jeremy, what is a place you'll never set foot in again?
And I'll clarify the rules. It is a place. Like a destination you would travel to.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. I will go first. Disney World in Orlando, Florida.
I've only been once as a 2.5-year-old, so couldn't judge.
Okay. All right.
Couldn't judge.
2.5. Wow.
I would like to say Burlington, Vermont.
A fine guess, a place I have been, but no reason not to return to Burlington.
All right.
I will say that hotel we all went to in San Francisco that ultimately gave 3 of us COVID.
Okay.
The Omni.
Close. The Omni in downtown San Francisco.
I don't know that was the hotel's fault, but
We don't need to name the hotel, but yeah.
no, I think I probably would go back there.
Okay.
Great COVID.
Exceptional
say-
COVID.
The city of Miami.
That was going to be my guess.
No, not that one. Not that. Never been. Wouldn't know.
I'm gonna say Austin, Texas.
I've been to Austin, Texas, and I certainly would return for their delicious queso dip.
Have you heard of it?
All
This
in all,
episode brought to you by
it's falling
Queso
off.
Dip.
You gotta go for the queso.
Especially, I would return to a bar called Casino El Camino that has a really good burger.
Wow. Okay.
Okay. All right. Seth.
So,
Okay.
I'm gonna double down on Austin. No, wait. Shoot. I'm gonna say Reno, Nevada. I
Wow,
think
close.
that Jeremy
Close.
had
It's
a
Vegas.
I'm afraid it's the worst city to gamble in or just exist in, period. And I'm talking about Atlantic City, New Jersey.
good choice.
That's
What a gross, disgusting place. On one night, I watched 4 different people vomit. And I was like,
wow.
never again. Not
good.
one time in my life
My-
will I return.
My gut was a bad gambling city,
And you were right. You just
Yeah,
picked.
wow. All right.
wrong
Cool.
one.
So Jeremy gets a point, but nobody else does. I'm gonna
Hey.
say.
all right.
All right.
So how many points do you have right now before you go?
Reward.
6 currently.
6 points. Great job, Jeremy.
Nice.
I'm gonna Alden. I'm gonna send you answers. And then
Okay,
I'm
great.
gonna-
That's fine.
I'm gonna
That's
take
fine.
off.
Thanks,
Okay.
Jeremy. Bye.
Bye-bye.
All right. Up next is Seth. The question for Seth. I love this question submitted on Discord. How many feathers does Seth own? What a great, almost
I'll go
knowable
first.
question for all of it. Oh,
Yeah.
Allie has one.
I'll go first. Now, I want to be clear that the language says own, not that he's collected. It's that he
Purchased.
owns.
Can
Correct.
anyone own
and
a
that
feather?
is why I would like to say that Seth owns 1 feather quill pen.
Ooh, okay.
like the use. I was going to say 3 peacock for decoration.
Wow.
Yes, I'm aware that Seth has kids, so this is maybe you buy. I feel like kids love feathers, so I'm gonna go in the middle. I'm gonna say 2 just regular old feathers.
Purchased for a child.
Purchase 1 each.
If we're just going with own and not collect, I'm gonna have to be logical and say thousands down pillows.
No,
down-
that doesn't count. Pillows don't
That
count.
doesn't count.
Pillows
That's
don't
true.
count.
That's
That's
smart
true.
thinking right there.
Yeah.
So they have to be visible. What's
Right.
the line? All right.
If you guys have
Yeah,
been
the
paying
jackets?
attention,
a feather garment, could it be hundreds? I'm gonna say 27.
27.
27. Okay.
Beautiful.
Wow. You haven't noticed I've been visibly counting feathers this entire Zoom call?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, let's assume he has a couple of badminton birdies or something that have multiple feathers.
From like the
I'm gonna say
50s?
I'm going to say 12 feathers. I'm going to say 12 feathers. That includes a quill pen and maybe a couple other random things that have feathers in it.
Sure.
Wow.
Solid. All right, Seth, how many?
All right. Well, the answer I wrote is 5, but one of those feathers was collected. The owned feathers are 4.
Walk us through those feathers.
2 in a dream catcher.
Of course.
Right.
2 attached to a
dream
plush
catcher.
Nermit made by a Mission to Zyxx fan.
Oh, wow.
But did you buy those?
Well,
He owns
I think
them
if
now.
you're given something, you own it.
No.
That's fair.
No.
Yes.
Yes.
Really?
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's how most holidays work.
yeah.
Birthdays,
Yeah.
Christmas.
So I've discounted the vulture feather that I picked up in
I
my
think
neighborhood.
5. No, I think 5. So
You
2
think
on each
5?
of
The
those
vulture feather counts?
100%.
Okay.
Did anyone guess 5?
Nope.
No.
No, I guess 3.
Oh.
Yeah, so I think Justin wins.
Justin wins.
All right, Justin.
All right, so we'll see if we can get Winston to weigh in on this from beyond the grave. But
He said he did have an answer.
He said he wrote it down.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
okay, so Winston has left his answer at Shane's house. Winston develops a crippling gambling addiction. What is he gambling on?
I think this is very easy. Ponies.
Ponies?
I was going to say the ponies.
I have the ponies as well.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll do classic. I'll just say poker.
Okay. Jeremy also guessed Kentucky Derby, so ponies.
Ponies.
What about you,
Okay.
Alden?
I was thinking just those like mindless slots, like this slots.
Yeah.
Crippling gambling addiction to slot machines. Wow,
Oh no.
that is crippling.
Just like
No. Yeah.
85-year-old Winston.
Yeah, I didn't
In
say
Atlantic
when.
City
we didn't
where
have to
Jeremy
stipulate
It'll
this right now.
me.
Yeah.
That's my machine.
And Shane, what's your guess?
I can't
does
guess
Shane
now.
know?
I
Oh,
Oh,
he
you
knows.
looked at it already. Okay.
yeah.
All right.
Well, I wish I had a Cartman impression in my back pocket to get his voice just right, but it's a gambling addiction, betting on the ponies. Ponies.
Wow, everybody gets a point but me.
And me. I said poker.
Oh,
yeah.
poker. Okay.
You had
everybody
the
gets
first
a point
syllable
but
right.
me and Mujan. All right. Next is me. The question is my least favorite food trend. My least
Okay.
favorite
I have
food
one
trend.
hot out the gate.
Okay.
Alden's least favorite food trend is when the food is under the glass and it's like filled with smoke, and then they lift the glass and all the smoke spills out.
Wow.
That's good.
I think Alden's least favorite food trend is I don't know if this counts, but like anything that would have a line. Like an unnecessary line. Like a hot thing.
A line?
Oh,
Like
a
it's too
line
popular.
to wait for
It's
to
too
get it.
too trendy.
A line to wait
Oh,
for. Yeah.
gotcha.
Alden is not a hipster, so I don't think you would be reactionary towards any trend that's actually good. I think you would honestly just not like stuff with truffle crap on it. Like truffle fries, truffle this, truffle that.
That's where you're wrong. He ordered the truffle on top of the egg when we went to high tea.
Oh, shit.
That's not the only time he's ordered the truffle when
Yeah.
I've been with him.
We had
That's
truffle
true.
when we went to that Italian restaurant.
Yeah, the
New
shaved
York.
truffle.
Oh,
Well, maybe that
it
was
looks like you might
when
be
it was
eating
on top of
truffle
the egg.
right now.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
my
yeah.
mustache.
There's truffle in
I have
that
I have one big long
That's not a
truffle,
mustache. That's just
He
truffle.
hates the
Yes.
trend of there sometimes not being truffles.
All right, Seth, what's your guess? Did you guess?
I feel like there's some kind of food video that you hate. It's like the fast slam, boop, bop, like that type of stupid cooking video.
Like
where
a
it's
4-hour recipe and like
Oh my gosh, is there a
4-second
Foley
TikTok
artist
video.
in here?
Sorry, I didn't mean to slam, boom, bop, y'all. Like compressed time lapse, stupid.
Okay, I love this. Justin?
Yeah.
These are all
Justin?
terrible trends, by the way. These are
Yes,
good.
I'm gonna go with over photography of food Instagram.
Oh, I do hate that. Yeah. Oh, hold on. Let me see what Jeremy guessed. Deconstructed foods was Jeremy's guess. All very good.
Like the peanut butter next to a jelly, next to bread,
Yeah.
all served on
Right,
different
exactly.
plates.
I was going to say the trend of like a recipe blog that's like 12 pages
Should've
of
said that. I was
bullshit.
gonna say that.
But I don't think that's a food trend because I didn't put that. My answer was truffle oil on shit.
Oh,
Yeah.
I really do. I
Yes.
love truffles, but I think truffle oil is gross, and I think
I
it's
knew it.
not.
Shane.
I think
hell
it's
yeah.
I think it's overdone. I mean, it tastes okay, but it's everywhere. Too much. Too much, I
true.
say. Good job, Shane.
Wow.
Yeah, good job.
All right, next, Mujan. Mujan starts a cult. What type of cult is it?
of personality.
Yeah, is that your whole answer?
That's not enough? Probably.
That could be enough. That could be sure.
What does that mean?
I'll expand on that. I think what was the one that Mad Country was about, where they all wore different like robes that matched?
Oh, with the Bhagwan.
Yeah.
Oh
the
yeah,
Bhagwan.
yeah. Shane grew up near them, right?
No, but the family story is that my parents were on their way to Oregon to go see what they were all about, and my grandma said no.
Oh, that's awesome.
Good job, Grandma.
And they were
Good job.
famously
Good
featured in an episode of Chippendale Rescue Rangers as the Cuckoo Cola Cult, which Jeremy would understand if he were here.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sure.
He would love that.
Okay, the cult that I believe Mujan would lead would be centered on walking. You know, it's like it's not about where you're walking to, but it is about keeping the body in fluid motion at all times.
Oh, wow. Cool. Like Tai Chi. Very nice. My guess would be like something bi-coastal, like that if you go back and forth between New York and LA enough, you can exist simultaneously in both
In
places.
both?
Yeah.
Yeah. Only one exists
love
at
that.
one time. Yeah.
My guess is that it's somehow a roommate-based cult, because Mujan pitches these like sitcom ideas so much in Zyxx, where like, and it's like, and you know what? They have a kooky roommate.
We did have a lot of accidental roommates on the show.
Yeah, yeah. I don't
There's
know
always
exactly how
another
that
person
figures
on
into a
Bargy.
cult, but it's something. It's a cult where like everyone has to like rotate roommates in some fashion that Mujan dictates for her own amusement.
That's funny.
My guess is that the cult is that everything on X-Files was real, and that's our belief.
Who says it ain't? Who says it ain't?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
Oh, this
Well,
cult,
that's her
I'll join
conspiracy
this cult.
theory more than her.
Jeremy's guess was multi-level marketing.
Okay, sure.
The cult we're all sort of in.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Mushan, what do you think your cult would be?
Okay, here's my complicated answer. I am Iranian. I came from a country that had basically a theocratic dictatorship. And so I am very anti-cult or believing in one person is the greatest. At UCB, if there's ever cult-like feelings, I hated them.
Sure.
But I was still part of it. I don't believe one person is ever better than the other. But if I were to create a cult, it would be none of the ones that you have pitched. It would be the Sunrise Compliment Cult, in which at sunrise we all leave our establishments, wherever we are staying, and we are forced to compliment someone, no matter what. And then we go back into our hellholes that are our lives. It's called the
nice.
Sunrise Compliment Cult.
How does it get? How
Yes.
does it get carried away and end up being murder?
Well, the sun is our lord,
Uh-huh.
and when the sun goes away, it is chaos.
Okay,
and
all
basically
right.
the purge
Now it
at night.
gets-
It's the purge at night. Yeah.
Sure.
But then when you wake up and you compliment, and then the sun rises. Yeah.
Got it.
All right, great. Well, nobody got any points for that.
Nope.
All right, Shane, yours is the Beatles' order of supremacy. So your ranking from best to worst of the Beatles
Wow.
Whoa.
in terms of musical greatness.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So I am going to say, and these are not my opinions, but I
Yeah.
believe this is a decent guess at Shane's opinion. George, Ringo, Paul, John.
Wow. Interesting.
No.
I'm going to go Paul, John, George, Ringo.
I'm gonna go Paul, George, John, Ringo, because George is a very talented musician.
That is also my answer.
Justin, you're Paul, George, John,
Paul,
Ringo?
George, John, Ringo.
Okay, mine is Paul, George, Ringo, John.
Nice.
Wow.
Jeremy's is George, Paul, Ringo, John. I think that was mine as well.
Okay.
So I think that there's an order in which people have favorite Beatles. Your first favorite is John, Then you get cool, and then it's George. And then you get really cool, and it's Ringo. And then you get Galaxy Brain, and it's Paul. So mine is the reverse of that. It's Paul, Ringo, George, John.
Okay.
None of
And
us
there's
got it.
nobody that I have less respect for than somebody who S-talks Ringo.
That's why I had Ringo so high in my.
Yeah.
I know you love Ringo.
Ringo is amazing. But Paul is the best.
I think Paul, George, Ringo, John would be my ranking, my personal ranking.
Oh, so I guessed you
That
right.
is a tough one. George is great. They're all great. They're the Beatles.
Mine's Pete Best.
Pete
Okay,
Best.
all
Pete
right.
Best. Pete Best.
He's literally the best.
It's in the name. It's in his name. Oh man, nobody got any points for that one. That's tough.
Bernard Purdy.
Okay.
He counts.
Yoko?
Billy Preston. Allie, your go-to karaoke song.
Now I want to be clear. I hate karaoke. I don't like to do it. I hate to go and watch others do it. But if I must, I will only ever sing this one song. And I have sung it every time I have gone to karaoke.
What's Up by Four Non-Blondes. That's my guess.
Great guess. Next.
I'm going to say I'm a Bitch by Meredith, the woman who sang that song.
Brooks.
Brooks,
Perfect. And yet you didn't guess me as being corrupted by absolute power. Okay.
That's a
interesting.
powerful song.
I'm going with Wind Beneath My Wings.
Gorgeous.
By Bette Midler.
Yes.
Jeremy's guess was Bring Me to Life by Evanescence.
Hilariously good.
Ooh, that's a good one.
I'm going to go I'm Blue by Eiffel 5.
Ooh.
It's a
These are all
classic song
very-
for people who don't like doing karaoke.
Yeah.
And want to punish people in the audience
Yes,
for
that's
putting them
what
on
I believe.
stage.
That's a thing.
Yeah.
That's why I would say what's
right.
New Pussycat by Tom Jones.
Oh man,
Okay.
these are. I'm envisioning you singing all of these songs brings me a lot of joy, Allie.
And again, envisioning me singing any of these songs truly does like underscore how miserable I am to invite to karaoke. But there's one song I will sing, and it's because I know all the lyrics, and it is Wheatus's Teenage Dirtbag.
So I was pretty close. I was pretty close
song.
with Four Non-Blondes, I
Good
think.
song.
Yeah.
Wow, good song. Good
And
song.
listeners, stick around to the post-credit scene where we will hear Allie singing the song.
Acapella singing.
Yep.
No, let's
that's
license it. Let's
All right.
Let's spend the money. on it.
So, last but not least, Justin, what makes you the angriest?
Oof.
The angriest.
I would say like missing the subway and the next one coming in like 30 minutes.
That is annoying.
Politics.
Very good.
Someone saying they're going to do something and then they don't.
Oh man, that's very good. That's very good.
Bullies.
Nice, good.
Jeremy's guess is bad traffic. My guess would be people who like leave you behind as a friend.
Ooh.
Friend dumps. Friend breakups.
Yeah. Wait, I'm gonna update
don't be
mine,
nice.
and I'm gonna update mine. And I'm gonna say vaccine.
Oh yeah.
There we go. There we go.
I'm going to
5G.
update mine, and I'm going to say the woke mind virus.
See, I think Alden actually yours is more accurate than what I was thinking. So I feel like I need to give you the points. I was going to say having to go to bed.
That makes you so every night you're just so angry.
I don't
No,
like it.
Justin, if you're ever in the same room with Justin at night, he'll always let out a "I'm not tired" right before he goes to bed, like a
I'm a
toddler.
child. I am a child.
Wow.
That's true. That's
What
true.
makes you so angry?
I've
about
been
it?
on tour with Justin several times, and he is like a toddler. He's like walking
go.
around the hotel room. He's very excited. He'll be like, "Let's watch a movie." He'll turn it on, immediately fall asleep.
That's adorable. You have like permanent sleeper vibes.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
what life is.
Exactly. He's dipped my hand into a warm glass of water so many times while I was sleeping.
Got him.
Folks, thank you so much for tuning into this very short and succinct game show. that we had figured out way before we started it. And in first place with 7 points, Justin Tyler, ladies and gentlemen. Congratulations.
Well earned.
Right on his tail, Jeremy and Allie with 6 points each. Wow, what a close race we had today. I feel like we learned a lot about each other. What do you think?
I learned that Justin knows us all the best.
That's not
Right, Justin, the newest person, knows us all intimately in a way.
Beginning.
Justin has been here since the beginning.
Justin's OG.
Yeah.
Mujan, I just DoorDashed you a 24-pack of Twix.
That's really nice.
Thanks once again to our listeners on Discord for submitting these hilarious questions for us to answer about ourselves and each other. Very fun. If you would like to submit questions or anything else for our next episode of these one-shot podcasts, you can do so by supporting our show at MaximumFun.org/join, and then joining our Discord, where a bunch of like-minded, fun, cool nerds like you and us are all hanging out all the time. So thanks again for listening, and we will see you next month, or this month, later this month. And we'll see you next month in September. Thanks for listening. See you next time.
Bye.
This has been Guessin Our Pickss. Goodbye.
Bye, everyone.